Welcome, all you wonderful and crazy people. Glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Love having you. For those who are new subscribers, welcome and thank you. And for those of you who aren't subscribed, if you feel like you get the urge, hit that subscribe button. Today we are going to be making some Christmas ornaments. And so I thought I would bring you some of my ideas. My sassy kitty is always in the way, so I thought I'd just film her for a little bit today and so we could get busy. Before we got busy, I should say. Okay, now I've got these little cows ornaments. Some are ornaments and some are coasters. The coasters are bigger, but they were really cheap on Temu. They're really cute. I like them. But I'm going to take them, and I also had some of this cow print that I also got off of Temu. And I made a pattern, traced the circles onto the contact paper, and then I cut them out, and now I'm putting them on the backs. Then after I get through doing this, because I don't like just having a plain black or plain wood on my Christmas tree for the backing, because you know it's going to get flipped around sooner or later. So I'm putting this on, and then after I put these on, then I'm going to go over with a coat of Mod Podge. I'm doing the backs and the fronts as well. Even though these even though these cows are printed on, I just don't trust them, so I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge on to just kind of protect them. And I'm just kind of hurrying through them. I'm not going to show you them all because I've got a lot to do. Now I'm taking a pipe cleaner and some jute rope, and I'm twisting that jute rope around the pipe cleaner. And about 8 of these, I had 24 of the small and 8 of the large. And so for 8 of the small, I'm doing this jute. I'm wrapping it around and around the pipe cleaner, and then I am gluing it and clipping it down. Now I'm going to go along the edge with my glue, and I'm going to take the pipe cleaner and glue it to that edge. And I'm going for a rustic look on these ones right here. So I'm just going around. Then when I get to the end, I just kind of overlap it a little bit, and then I cut off the ends. Then I take my little scissors. There's a hole in these for the hanger, and I'm just kind of, because I put the contact paper over the top, I'm just, punching a hole through that contact paper. And now I'm putting a little glue on the end of my jute, and I'm threading my jute through. And I'm going to tie a knot. And I kind of want these to hang better, like so they're more front. So I'm tying a knot, and then I'm gluing that knot so that it will kind of remain in the same place. And so then I take and I tie a knot at the top. Now I'm just tying a shoestring bow. And I'm just going to glue it at the top there. Kind of a rustic little look. Then on the back, I am taking some greenery that I got from Hobby Lobby, 50% off, or 45% off, sorry. And then I'm taking these they're beads from, I got these from Walmart on the 4th of July around that time. And so I just took some little red beads there, and I'm doing 3 on one of the leaves and 3 on the other. So there's 6 beads total. just to kind of dress that back up a little bit. Okay, I did the same thing. For some reason I cut that out, but took my um, I took the white and black chenille pipe cleaners and I twisted them and then I glued them on the same as I did the last one. I don't know what happened to that. I must have cut it out. And then I'm putting little, I think I tied a little bow on it, I think. I'm not sure what I did. But now, okay, yes, and now I'm taking a bow, a shoestring bow, and I am gonna glue it to the back on top of those greenery. I thought I put little bells or something on there with them. Oh, and at the top here, I guess that's what I'm doing too, is putting a little bit of greenery and then a bow. Okay, this one I took some white glitter chenille and I went around the edge and now I'm taking them red beads. I also had a set of silver beads that I went around some. I think I went around four of them with the silver and four of them with the red. Just giving it a little bit of color. And these ones aren't rustic, these ones are a little more fancy. Then I'm going to take that white chenille and I'm not going to, oh, I'm going to make a little bow out of it. Just kind of make some loops and twist around and now I'm going to glue that to the top and I'm going to put one of them little beads. I'm going to glue one of those beads and put in the middle. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to glue the pipe cleaner down because I kind of covered the hole and I just thought, it's easier to do this. So I'm taking that pipe cleaner if Sassy will quit brushing it away. And then I am going to take one of these little bowls I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to, even though it's sticky, I'm still going to add some glue and I'm just going to glue it on. It's a little simple on the back, but that's okay. It still looks better than nothing. And I got these big ornaments from Hobby Lobby. Again, they were 24 for 12, but they were on sale for 45% off. So I glued them together and I'm putting a little cow on the front of the white. I didn't like the way the cows looked on the red, so I thought I'd put the two together. I only got 6 out of these, but that's okay. Now I'm taking a ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree and I'm going to make a little bow with it. And I'm going to take a little pipe cleaner and twist it around there. Now I'm going to take some greenery. They're just little strands. I got them from Walmart. Little garland strands or picks or whatever you want to call them. And I'm gluing a little bit to the top. Then I'm going to glue that I'm going to glue the bow on. I was going to say the button. And now I'm going to glue one of those little dots that come off the top of that. I think that's what it is. If not, it's just another little, oh, it's a bell. Maybe I put a bell. Or a candy cane. I think it was candy cane, sorry. I can't see on this. And I also discovered that I need new glasses. Anyway, so I glued some plastic candy canes on there and a little couple beads on each one of those candy canes. Then I'm putting some greenery down at the bottom and I'm going to put a little bell. Okay, now I'm going on the back and I'm making a bow. I'm not good at bows. I am not good at bows, but this one is what I'm doing is I just made a couple loops, glued them together, then I twist, and then I take that loop, glue it to the back, twist again, so that the reason why I'm twisting is so that the ribbon is the right direction. And I keep doing that all the way around. I would have put more, but I ran out of ribbon, so I'm just gonna do as much as I have. And I think I cut this off because it would have made it so it was a little lopsided. At least with what I had, it looked even symmetrical. Okay, I'm just gluing that on. Then I'm going to take a little piece of this garland and I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut just a little piece. Then I'm going to trim it up, and I'm also not just trimming it up but shaping it a little bit. I'm going to stick that in the middle there. And then I'm going to take some beads off of that little red strand and glue them on. I think I put 3 on there. Now I'm going to take some red ribbon. I'm going to tie it at the end, and voila, we have a very easy, inexpensive ornament. Okay, now I'm taking 5 of these popsicle sticks. They're not really jumbo, but they're probably medium. They're bigger than the regular popsicle sticks. And I end up gluing them. They kept moving around on me, so I couldn't get them to stay in at 5, or you know what I mean. So I glued them one at a time on, and then I take another popsicle stick and I glue it down on the bottom. Then I take my scissors and I cut them. And I also cut because I didn't want them to be that long because they're quite a bit longer than the regulars, or they're somewhat bigger. And so I didn't want them that big hanging on my tree. So I clip them off. Now I am just using my nutmeg from Apple Barrel, and this just kind of looks like a stain when you get it on there. I'm not wiping it off. I'm just putting it on there. I'm going to do the front, all the sides, and the back. And I'm going in the direction of the wood. If the wood is going across, I paint across. If the wood's going up and down, I paint it up and down. And I'm only doing one coat. It isn't going to be a really heavy, really dark. It's going to look more like it's stained, and we're going to go with that. These little cows that I got for the great big ornament and for these little wood fences, I got them off of Temu too, and there was like 24 of them, I think, as well. So I made, anyway, again, the backs weren't painted, they were just wood, and I didn't want them plain, and I also didn't really want to paint them. I didn't have time to like paint them like a cow. So I'm just going to make these. Now I'm going to take uh, a little bit of black, and I'm going to just dry brush on the top, giving it a weathered look. So it looks like it's been out there in the weather for a little while. And I got a little crazy with the black on this, but that's okay because we're going to lighten it up with a little bit of white. Okay, then I'm going to let that dry for just a teeny tiny bit, and then I'm going to take some white, and I'm just going to lightly dry brush over the top. I'm going to go around, do the back as well. On the top and on the two going across, I put a little bit of snow. I'm tapping. So all I'm doing is taking my brush and tapping. And then on the front, I do the same thing. So it looks like the snow's kind of landed there. Now I'm taking that garland and I'm kind of making a wreath. So I take a circle. I'm not going to um, tie it or adjust it. I'm going to glue it onto the fence, and so we'll glue it and just let it be. But right now I'm just giving it a haircut, trimming up all the, because it's a little bit bushy for what we're using this for, so we're just gonna trim it while that paint is drying on the fence. And I'm just trimming it to however thickness you like. Now I'm taking a bow, a little red bow, some ribbon, and I'm making a little shoestring bow. And I'm trying to cut an egg at an angle there. Now I'm taking some snow, or some snow. I'm taking some white paint and just dabbing it on that reef and on the ribbon because to make it look like snow. Now I'm taking my little cow now that my wood's dry, and I'm going to glue it on there. Then I'm going to take some batting or fiber fill and I'm going to glue it on underneath. And then I'm going to glue another thing, and then I'm going to trim it up. I am not going to put it on the back. This is one of those days when it snows on one side of the fence but not the other. And then I'm just going to glue some more of that little batting down. So it looks like my little cow's out there in the snow. Still just trimming it up a little bit. Now I'm taking that reef. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm taking a strand of jute for my hanger. I'm gluing it down, and then I'm going to put this little snowflake, foam snowflake to cover it, but I put a little bit of glue to help it stick and stay stuck. Now I glued the reef down. I glued it on the back side of that. Then I'm going to take my little bow and glue it on the top. And then I'm going to take these little beads from the little strand, and I am going to just glue it around. I think I put 4 of them on just all the way around. And I will show you a close-up of these as we get, now that we're done. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of a bead on the top of the hole there. Okay, now we are going to be looking at the nice little cows and ornaments, the finished products, and I'm letting you look at all of them. I wasn't going to, but I thought it would be good that way you can see and get ideas for yourself, because I just did not have the time to show everyone that I did. But I thought, you could, look, I've got these little Dollar Tree bows, the glitter bows from the Dollar Tree. And the pipe cleaners, the black and white, are twisted around and glued around the edge. And jute for the hanger, not much, but it makes it cute. It still looks good. Okay, on the back sides we have the cow print contact paper. Some have a little greenery with some berries. Some has some bows with little ornaments, and some have greenery with little bows. Some have bows with pom-poms. Just a variety of different things. Okay, these are uh, the rustic ones, the ones with the jute and the pipe cleaners wrapped around each other and around the edge with a little jute bow at the top. I think those little cows are so cute. I'm just giving you plenty of time to look so that you can get some ideas. Most of them I just use bows and I put a bell in the middle. Some I use the greenery and with greenery with bows. It's just something so that if they get flipped over, they just don't have a plain wood back. Heck, maybe even the backs look better than the fronts. Okay, these are the ones with a little fancier. They have the gold or the silver beads and the white tinsel around the edges and red beads with the white tinsel around the edges. Pipe cleaners for the hangers, little bows with little beads in them. The reds have red beads and the silver have silver beads. Just changing it up a little bit. And then the back is just kind of plain. Silver bows for the silver ones and red bows for the red red beads, but at least when it flips over it's got something. Okay, these are ones I didn't show. I twisted the gold and the black pipe cleaners together and glued them around the edge. Some of these have gold um, bows and some have little cow print bows, and then they have little bells in the middle of the bows. And the backs, some have the little cow prints, some just have black. And I think they have little bow or bells on them. They just are simple. Okay, now these are our bigger ones. The foam glitter ones we got from Hobby Lobby. I think they turned out really cute. We got our little wood cows. We got candy canes. We got Christmas lights. We got greenery. We also have little peppermint candies. We have little red bows. We have a little greenery on one. And then these are the backs. They're just simple too. Little bows. Some have pine cones in the middle with the greenery. They all have the greenery. The one up in the corner is way different. It's a little snowflake from Dollar Store, and we got some little greenery, the three little greeneries, and then in the middle we have I used some little pipe cleaners, the green tinsel, and little beads. And this is our last ones. These are our cows with the fence. And I'm going to take the time to say goodbye. I really appreciate you coming in and watching. I hope you had some good ideas today. I hope you can take these and make them your own. I hope you have a wonderful day and be careful out there. You know, life is valuable. Your life is valuable. You are awesome. And you really mean a lot to someone. You may be just one person in the world, but to one person, you are the world. So be careful. And thank you so much for dropping in. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment below. And I love you. Thank you so much for coming in. Goodbye.